Let's try to move on and learn one more concept for flow control mechanisms. This time I'm going to show you the while loop. For this, as usual, let me create a new file and let me name it as guessplanet.py. And this time, this is the situation. Now, since Lewis has migrated to Zortan, his friends from Earth, they are a little curious to know where he is. So Lewis decides to write a program that will make his friends guess the name of the planet. For this simple program, I'm going to create three variables. First variable would be as a boolean, so I can say correct guess. This would be a boolean. Initially, let me assign it the value of false. The next boolean for guess. So this is the place where we would be storing all of the guesses that his friends are going to make. Initially, it's simply going to be a blank string, and that's it. The next one for the planet. So I can say planet of the type of string. This is going to be Zortan. Let us have a look at the first alternative. The first thing that we want to do right over here is we want to create a loop and we want his friends to keep on guessing till the time they get the planet right. First, let us see how we can get the input from his friends. The way to get an input is by using another inbuilt function by the name of input. So we can say input and I can write a prompt over here. Lewis says that can you guess my planet, and I want to save the input inside my variable of guess, so I'm just going to the left. The input has to be saved inside my variable of guess, so my guess comes towards the left. Let me save this and let us try to run this and see what's happening. Let me also print out the guess on the next line. Now let's try to run this file and see what's happening. So as you can see, I'm getting the prompt. Lewis says, can you guess my planet? Let me write as Mars and we have the output. Now this output of Mars is coming from this line, from line number 15. If you are having some issues while running this file from the code runner, then what you can do is I want you to open up your settings. Let me collapse my terminal. Here I want you to write code runner and let us scroll a little down. I want you to go a little more down and I want you to check this option run in terminal. So make sure that this option is checked, or what you can do is you can simply use the Python command. Let's try to navigate inside the folder. Now this time the folder was 03, so you can go inside this folder and you can say, hey Python, I want you to run my program which is called as guess planet, and we have the prompt and this time it can be Pluto and we have the output of Pluto. Let's get back to our program. Here we can create our if and else blocks. So we can say if the guess is equal to my current planet, then I want to print out right guess Lewis is at Zortan. Else we can say that I want to print out Lewis says it's a wrong choice, I want you to try again. Let me save this and let us try to run this one more time. Suppose my planet is Mercury and we get the output. Lewis says wrong choice, try again. Let me clear up my terminal and let me try this program one more time. This time I am going to write as Zortan. What's this? We still have the output saying that it's a wrong choice, but that's not the case. We have written Zortan. The issue is this, that we have written Zortan with a Z which is in the small case, but we have saved planet with a Z which is in the uppercase. The point that I want to convey is all of the strings are going to be case sensitive inside Python. Your uppercase Z is not equal to your lowercase z. Let us see how we can handle this situation. We can go back to our if block right here, and we can actually convert from capital Z to a lower z. In fact, we are going to convert the entire string to a lowercase string, and you can do that by using an inbuilt function. Now this function works only with strings, and since we have two strings, guess and planet, we can use that function right over here. So we can simply say guess, I simply want to lower it, and after this I want you to put brackets. So this means I want to invoke the function of lower. I will come to functions a little future in the series, but right now just go with the flow. So what this statement is doing is it's going to take the guess and it's going to convert it from whatever case it may be to a lower case. We want to do the same thing for planet as well. So here we can say lower along with the brackets. Just save it. And now let's try running this file. Let me write Zortan with a smaller case z. And this time we have the output, right guess, Louis is at Zortan. Now let's try to improve the logic even more. We don't want to exit this program. We want to ask his friends to keep on guessing till the time they get the guess right. And we can do this by wrapping all of our logic inside a while block. So let's see how to do that. On line number 16, let me make some space, and here I can say while my correct guess is not true. So that means till the time we don't get a correct guess, I simply want to keep on looping. So let me put a colon over here, and after this I want to indent all of this if and else blocks one tab space inside. So now if and else blocks belong to the while loop. Let me save it and let me try to run the file, but we have a small bug. Let me run the file first and then you will understand what's wrong with it. So here it goes. It's asking me for the name of the planet. I'm writing Mars. So what's this? It's keep on looping. Something's wrong with our program. Let me stop it by pressing Ctrl and C. The issue is we are just keeping on looping. The first thing, Python will go on line number 18. It's going to see, is my Mars equal to my Zortan? It's not. So it will go to the next line. It says that Louis says wrong choice, try again. So this is what we're getting. And since our while condition is not true, as you can see on line number 6, do we have a correct guess? False. And that's the reason why Python will again go back to line number 18. It's going to see Mars is equal to Zortan. No. So it's again going to go on the line number 21 and print out Louis says wrong choice, try again. The way to come out of this while loop is we need to have a circuit breaking mechanism. That's why I have created this variable called as correct guess. So right over here after line number 19, since we have a correct guess this time, let us reassign the value of correct guess to true. Now let's try running this file. Let me clear up my terminal. Now let's try the file one more time. So it's saying that can you guess my planet? Let me say as Mars. Oh no, we again have an issue. Let's see what's wrong this time. Now the issue is we are not asking for a new input after we get a wrong guess. That's why we never have a correct guess. In order to correct this, let me take this line, let me cut it out, and I want to paste it right over here. Let me indent so we have a proper variable. We don't require this print statement now. Let me take it out and let us see if we can have a running program. Let me put the input as Pluto. It's saying wrong choice. Now this time it is again asking me for an input and it's actually waiting for my input. Let me write Mars. No, it's not going to work. Earth. No, it's not going to work. Let me write Zortan. And that's it, we have the right guess. Let me add some comments so that it's much more easy for us to understand what's happening. The first comment goes right over here. So on line number 16, we are just asking the users for their input. The next thing that we are doing, which is right over here, we are just lowercasing all of the strings so that we have a much more correct comparison. Then as a circuit breaking mechanism, we are setting the correct guess variable to true. So this is what is happening right over here. Inside the else block, if the condition is false, then we are going to print this statement. And just to give it a small cosmetic touch, I'm going to put a line just below this. Just save your file and let me try running this file for one more time. So my first planet would be Mercury. We have a very nice output saying that wrong choice, and then we have a line below it. Now this time it's going to be Zortan with a lowercase z, and we have the right output. There is one more alternative way. We don't need to declare this variable all the time. We can simply work directly with the while loop. Let me put up a comment and then let me show how it works. Let me copy and paste everything from above. So let me just copy this. Let me go right over here. Let me paste it. I also want to comment all of this. Once inside the while loop, we have one more alternative which can act like our circuit breaker. Here on line number 33, I can simply say while true. This means that I always want you to start the while loop because true is always true. And on line number 40, instead of saying correct guess is equal to true, I can say break. So that means as soon as we have a condition which is right, I simply want to break out of the while loop. Let me save it and let me run it and see if it is working or not. Okay, so my first planet would be Earth. Wrong choice. The next planet is Zortan, and that's the right choice.